Hello guys, good morning. Today we are going to be dropping a rundown of what we can see on the volatility 75. So we are going to be analyzing a different pair which we've not analyzed before, or for a while we've not analyzed it. So let's look at volatility 25 and see what it has for us, guys. So now you should know they already have volatility 75 1s and 75. So the 75 is what we want to check. Wow, this is good. This is good, guys. This is good. So one thing we can clearly see on this volatility 75 is this. We switch to the line graph. We can clearly understand that we have a downtrend. Yeah, so we have a downtrend, which is this. So we'll connect our trend line from this point to this point. This is a very perfect trend line. And where is price targeting to hit? I think it has hit that already. So price is targeting to hit this level basically as take profit coming from this trend line break here. So we can see it did that. Let's go to the chart. So you can see that it did that perfectly well from this point, targeted this point and did that perfectly well seamlessly. So there were basically levels which price broke all the way to this point, but then I think we won't put that as our case study. Let's go down to the 4 hours time frame. Now this low, I would remove this low so we can be able to understand what happened. We've gotten that this has hit take profit, so there's a new low here, and let's see how price reacted from that area. So now at this one, what we can easily do is we switch to line graph, and then we can mark out where we can see is our new low, and we can now go down to the 1 hour time frame. So on the 1 hour time frame, basically what we can easily see also is price reacting from this point down to this point. So basically we have a clear trend line break here. Yeah, so we have a clear trend line break here, which I think is a good one. Yeah, so this is a good one, guys. I'm trying to connect it well. So basically you can see this is a good trend line break. Anticipation, basically if we're to enter, we enter at the close of candlestick on this point. Let's see. It is 1 hour, yes, exactly. So if we're to enter this trade, we will be entering this trade at the close of this candlestick at this point here, and a stop loss here, I'll take profits here. So let me show you what we would have done. So we would have entered at this point, initiating stop loss to be at this resistance here, just a little at this resistance here, and we'll be looking at take profit at this point here basically. So this is exactly what we would have been looking out for on the volatility 75 index. Now to go further, there are levels I would consider as a level of resistance, which is 1. This is 1. This is another 1. So this is another one. Yeah, don't mind, I'm taking it that far. We have this area here also. So we have this area also. So we have this area though. So basically I'll just say these are the levels I'll mark. I really don't like this point and this point, so I'll avoid that. Just because it's not a strong level for me. And that is that. So going down to this time frame, one thing we can easily do now is, because we are in the market at the moment, I would shift this guy a little bit here. So because we are in the market at the moment and we want to be able to understand what we should be anticipating, now that will take us down to, like, let's say, I would say let's go to the 5 minute time frame. Now we already understand the overall bias in the market. So on the 5 minute time frame, we are now looking clearly for an entry point. An entry point, basically, guys. Now we easily see price broke this area, which is good. But what do? We have to now mark from this point to this point. Actually, one thing, as I always say, I don't mark up zones just for you to see them as oh, it played out. No. So I would not mark it out straight from, I would actually mark it from here to this point first of all. You get, when price does its thing, if we want to extend it to this one, fine. So since price has done its thing, if we took from this point, we would either be putting stop loss here, and you can see either we got stopped out. If we held, we are still in the trade. But then if we adjusted it and we put our stop loss here, basically we find out that after price closed here, we would initiate our entry, put stop loss above here, and we are fine. Now we're targeting this low for our take profit. So that is it for that, guys. Now, which other point would we have taken another entry? This is a very clean point. We would have taken another entry. This is a clean point. We would have taken an entry. So one thing I could easily do is just to adjust it. So 1, point A, point B, and point C. So this is a clean point. We would have taken an entry. Two things we would have done is, if you marked it like this, because maybe this zone has not been created, then one thing we easily do is you mark here, obviously, as a good resistance point. So actually, if I are taking, let me see if a candlestick closed below our trend line. Yeah, a candlestick closed below our trend line on 5 minutes time frame. So if I are taking a sell here, one thing that happened on this one was price basically retraced above this level where we would have even put our stop loss. So this was a losing trade if we are taking it initially, and when it reversed up, at least at this point, we would have hit stop loss. So when it reversed up, it came back into the zone. If you are taking it also when it closed below the trend line and below the zone, we would have been in profit. So now the question is, where can we take our next entry all the way to the downside? Basically, this is not an opportunity, you get. So one thing I can easily see is I could easily mark 2 points, which is, I could easily mark from here to this point, or from here to this. So basically these are 2 levels I could mark, and let's see how price reacts from them. So I'll go to the 5 minutes time frame. So this level, these are 2 levels we could be looking at for price to react from. Either price comes back up here, which is very unlikely to happen, or price comes back here, respecting this area, and then we could be in a full one for a sell. It's close to take profit though, so I think that is the okay. So we still have a lot of space for price to react. We have a lot of space for price to react. So let's see how it plays out, guys. So now this particular trend line here and this one, they are guiding trend lines. You get, I don't know if they are gonna hold, but it's just normal trade psychology of where price could possibly reverse from. So this is it, guys. Peace, one love.